Hello Nation, what's going on? This your man Kev Easy here, man. And this right here, this is the top three, bottom two, man. This game. Man, losing the game 20-10 is real tough to try to figure out who's the top three and who's not the bottom two, right? I don't have any honorable mentions. You know what I mean? I really don't. Uh, but we're gonna start with number. Should we start with it? Yeah, let's start with the top. Let's start with the top, right? So top three. So coming at number three, man. Number three will have to go to Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson had 14 targets, 8 catches for 85 yards. The reason why I gave Deontay number three is because at the end of the day, when the offense was moving, he was leading that charge. You know, he was missed. Kenny missed him for a touchdown. Um, I felt like Kenny overthrew him just a tad bit on that first throw, but Deontay got his hands on it, so in the NFL, man. You know, in the NFL, if you touch it, you gotta catch it, or just receiver etiquette in general. If you touch the ball, you gotta catch it. Um, but other than that, man, Deontay's open. You know, so he to me comes in at number three. Number two, number two to me has to go to Joey Porter Jr. I think the Rook really was able to put a good game together for his first start. He didn't really blink. Like he didn't like. I know a touchdown, that ETN touchdown, make it look crazy, but I honestly feel like that was a safety. That was more on Casey than Joey Porter Jr. Because the way Casey came down, it just didn't look right. It didn't look right, you know? It didn't look right. It looked like they was in cover two, but it just didn't look right. Like I feel like Casey should have went a little more lateral or back just to keep that in front of him, you know? Because once he made that, it was like it was no help. Joey Porter Jr. is a track race at this point, you know? And he wasn't going to catch ETN with a head full of steam, man. But I think Joey Porter Jr. was exceptional, man, for his first start. I don't think he's going to lose that spot. You know, he had 5 tackles, you know, no recorded pass deflections, but he did his thing out there, man. And number one, I'm going to have to go with Cole Holcomb. Cole Holcomb, I felt like he's been getting better each game. And in this game in particular, man, he was kind of all over the field, you know, making tackles all over the place, man. We needed this from our middle linebackers because we see our safeties lead the team in tackles too often. Coming into this game, Minka Fitzpatrick was leading the team in tackles. And I said this before, right? Back when the Steelers, from the '08 era, the '08 era Steelers, once they got older, like between '08 and 2010, after 2010, you started to see Ryan Clark, our safety, lead the team in tackles. You know, whereas like when we was stopping the run, you didn't see safeties lead the team in tackles. It was the middle linebacker. You know, and I feel like that's how you know when your defense can really stop the run. When your middle linebacker is leading the team in tackles, you get in there. So Cole Holcomb is stepping up in that regard. The other guys too, you know, but Cole Holcomb is more so like, all right, I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler. This is what we do. So that's my top three. The bottom two, number two, I'm going to have to go with Mason Cole. Mason Cole had a lot of bad snaps yesterday, man. A lot of bad snaps to the ground, a little bit over. It wasn't nothing extreme like the Pouncey in the playoff game. I'm sorry, Pouncey, you my dog. But I'm saying, like, it wasn't nothing that bad, but he had a lot of bad snaps. He had a lot of bad. It wasn't good. He did communicate very well. You was able to hear him during the game. Him communicate. He did a good job of communicating, but executing just wasn't that, man. And granted, it might have been because of the weather, but at the end of the day, football, this is not your first rain. This is not the first time you played in the rain. It's not. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So I got Mason Cole at bottom two, number two. Number one, It's going to pay me to do, man. But it's going to go to Najee Harris, man. It's going to go to Najee Harris because, bro, he had 1.9 average. 7 carries. 1.9 average. It's the reason why you got 7 carries. Because you had a 1.9 average. Like, and my beef with Najee is just the fact that he's too big for his motor to stop when someone tries to tackle him. It seems like when someone tries to tackle him, he uses upper body more than his legs, where you can use both at the same time, you know, or just don't use your upper body at all. But I know how elite you are with getting guys off you using your upper body, but you got to keep them feet going, bro. Because when Jalen Warren comes into the game in the same type of predicament, like in the same situation where the tackling process is starting for him, yo, his feet is moving. That's why the power go forward, or he's able to get more yards. I saw Jalen Warren get hit, and he popped forward for like 4 more yards. You know, because he keeps that thing going, man. Najee, you have to keep your legs going, bro. You have to keep your legs going, man. But that's my top 3: Deontay, Joey Porter Jr., and Cole Holcomb. And my bottom 2, Mason Cole, Najee Harris, man. Y'all let me know if y'all agree, disagree. Put it in the comments. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you check out the rest of the podcast. And I know the people that's listening to the podcast right now, they like, yo, we already listened to it. But look, I'm making the video, y'all, to the audio folks. But look, if you want to listen to the rest of the podcast, it's streaming everywhere, wherever you listen to your podcast at, man. But it's your guy, Kev Easy. And we got to do better, man. We got a short week. We got to do better. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification button to stay up to date for Stills for 7 podcast content.